I've always been a big fan of the show. I watch it every single week, and I watch every single season.
The fact that it's in Hollywood's pretty cool. The house is generally usually laid out pretty cool.
I think that the show this year is unique because they're finally addressing the fact and acknowledging the fact that everyone that's on the show is there because they want to be famous, which in past seasons they haven't really done. And I don't think that initially when the show started that's why people were there. But I think that more and more it's becoming that way. I think that the real world's doing some really interesting things though by trying new things, by getting people off the internet and having polling and those kind of things. And the fact that this year the house is green and environmentally friendly, I think that's really cool, really important for a show like The Real World to do that because it is such a huge icon in young culture. And I think it's really, really important that a show like The Real World is saying it's cool to be eco-friendly. And we're going to show you. We're going to do it. We're going to lead by example. I think that's rad.
I was aware that one of the cast members was chosen online. I think that's kind of cool, actually, to give the fans a chance to decide who they want to see on the show. And it's not just up to two producers who could think that they could spin the most drama out of putting the most awkward people together. So I guess just giving us a chance to choose a cast member. It almost might be kind of more maybe for next season or in the next couple seasons to have us choose more than just one cast member. It would just kind of, I feel like it would give me more reason to watch because I got to go online and choose maybe half the cast members, and if they were chosen, then it'd be like, oh, I had a part of producing the show.
I remember when the biggest problems on The Real World were like the fact that Puck had questionable hygiene and that Mike couldn't find ranch dressing in London. And it's like now everybody has problems and everybody has, just shit going on. And, I think that that's just a little frustrating to watch when everybody has like this storyline and you don't even get to know who the people are until, weeks into the show and you're like, oh, that person's got a personality. Look at that.
I guess I'm not relating to them as much, and it kind of seems like it was just a matter of time till they had an alcoholic that needed to go to rehab. You could almost see it coming since last season's, like a lot of people were just drinking and drinking the whole episode, which is fine, but you kind of just knew that one of these seasons they were going to address that issue somehow and kind of just have someone go to rehab.
They're so horribly horrible, the situations that are going on, when Joey was screaming and throwing things, it's so bad that it ends up being kind of funny because it's just so horrible.
Usually there's something in each season that kind of just glues me into that season, and it really hasn't happened this year yet. I can almost say that I'm almost drawn away from it.
I felt they spent so much time on just the characters, or not characters, cast members, complaining about their lives. Half of the show I felt was just oh, I'm a stripper, my life is horrible, or oh, I used to be a janitor who ate out of a trash can, over and over again. It was just them more complaining about it, and I get it. I get that their life was horrible, or that this experience was horrible, and that maybe we need to watch it to understand it, but I just felt like it was a lot of the same stuff, and just watching people talk about it, it can be interesting, but yet I was just ready to move on and I don't know, see them do something, I guess.
But I'd like to see what the show was like if they picked really average looking people who were working really hard in life. And because the fact is it would still be interesting and it would still be entertaining. Because the truth is that there would still be a lot of drama and shenanigans, because anytime 7 people live together in a house that don't know each other, or that do know each other for that matter, there would be a lot of drama and a lot of stuff going on. The biggest difference would be that maybe the audience could relate. You know what I mean? I can't imagine a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old girl relating to any of the women on the show, or a guy relating to any of the guys on the show.
I more relate to the the guy named Will, who's pretty chill. He went to the court with Brianna or whatever. Just kind of the more laid back characters are the ones I tend to relate to, versus the crazy people who cry about their problems and whatnot. which you're obviously going to have in any reality type show.
People can still be interesting and fun to watch and not be a total ass. The previews that I've been seeing for the show, like I'd seen so many previews of Joey freaking out and being like, "It's so hard, bro." But like, I was finally relieved last night when I saw the show and realized it's because he's batshit crazy and addicted to every substance, everything he encounters in life, including pomade and ripping the sleeves off his shirts.
I definitely saw some commercials and advertisements on TV. I never really see any ads for The Real World or really any MTV show for that fact unless I'm watching MTV. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but for people that generally don't watch MTV, they still might be intrigued if they saw like a billboard or something.
7 strangers pick to live in a house to find out what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real. I mean, I've known that shit since I was...
So The Real World has been on for so many years, and I feel like MTV couldn't exist without like The Real World, or not necessarily exist, but I just feel like it wouldn't be the same just because The Real World's been on for so many years. Like, ever since I can remember watching MTV, there's been like a Real World season, so it's kind of just like something that needs to stay on MTV, definitely.